This is an open letter to everyone who has ever stopped being a part of the church. Whether your exit was public and loud or quiet and an undetected escape, or whether you ran as far and as fast as you could, or you slowly walked away, maybe somebody by word or deed pushed you out. This letter is for you. We love you. We need you. We want you to come home. I'm not trying in any way to be the voice of God to you, but I am desperately trying to be a voice for the church, the body of broken, bruised, sinful, and mistake-ridden people who really only have one thing in common. Jesus forgave us. We're asking that you would do the same, that you would consider forgiving us for any hurt that's been done or a mistake that's been made, and make an attempt to reconnect with fellow strugglers. I know we all come from different backgrounds, and our stories are as unique as our fingerprints. But please let me speak for the church for just a moment. Whatever happened that caused our separation, it's not worth it, and we need to heal. If you've been hurt or offended by someone in the church, I'm sorry. The church should be a place of support and love, and sometimes we let the letter of the law get in the way of the spirit of the law, and we don't act as loving as we should towards one another. But all that I can ask is that you forgive us as Christ forgave you. I promise you this, as long as there are breathing human beings in the church, there will be problems. But don't let that rob you of the joy of Christian community. Please forgive and come home. Now, if you've been overlooked or neglected by your church, please forgive us. Everyone's important, everyone matters, and everyone needs a place at the table. Imperfect people are perfectly good at dropping the ball. I promise you that no one ever wanted you to feel left out or on the outside. Sometimes we need you to let us know if you're hurting, lonely, or just feeling disconnected. I know it's hard to let others know when you're feeling that way, but believe it or not, there are people in the church who would love to meet you right where you are if they just knew. So if you've slipped through the cracks, I am so sorry. No one ever wanted you to feel anything other than valued, included, and important. Please create an opportunity for a second chance and come home. Now, if you left the church because you were bored, well, that's probably legitimate. But I believe it's a sin to take the most exciting story in the world that has the opportunity to bring life into the world and bore people to death with it. But if boredom is what derailed you, then let me set a couple of questions right in front of you. First, isn't truth still truth even if it's boring? You can't give up on the message. Just because the messengers are an all-natural cure for insomnia doesn't give you a right to leave. Second, if church is boring, why don't you take that as your cue to fix it? Get in the children's program. Help them make learning the word fun for the next generation. Find a spot in leadership and positively make some changes from within. Ask some of the old school gatekeepers, what do we have to do to reach your grandchildren? And just see that rock and hard place slide like tectonic plates and feel the earth quake as the church becomes, dare we say it, fun. If you walked away because church was bad, we need you to make it better. Please come home. If your life changed drastically and the church just didn't seem to care, I want you to know the truth is we're desperate to meet you right where you are. A divorce can make you feel like you've lost everything. But don't believe the lie. God says, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. Neither should your church. Moving to a new city often makes you feel completely unstable, and finding a church like your old one is almost impossible. That's actually true. But there's good news. The people are different. The music's not even close. You really loved your old preacher. But despite all that, Jesus is still the same. Sometimes we feel like we've just outgrown the church. We went when we were kids. We used to be in the youth group. I like my old Sunday school class might be something we would say. So you just kind of drifted away, leaving church, and it just happened. Those were good days, but they aren't gone. They just prepared you for what's next. You have grown, but you haven't outgrown God. Whatever has changed, remember, He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. We love you. Please come home. Maybe you left the church because you've struggled with your faith. Doubts, questions, and fears have made it easy to move on. And faith to you is now just a personal issue, if it's anything at all. Come on, let's get real for a minute. The reason it's called faith is because it can't be proved. Part of the reality of faith is the struggle itself. I mean, what did God name his people? Israel, right? Do you know what that word Israel means? Wrestles with God. Questions, doubts, and the struggle should be embraced by the church. They're what make us strong enough to survive. In fact, you might have specific theological issues, something that you heard taught you don't like, maybe a teaching that runs counter to culture that's difficult for you to embrace, or a legitimate question that you can't seem to get an answer to. Please, stay in the game and wrestle with God and his people until you find peace. Walking away will never answer the question. Imagine that your faith is a boat on the water that's sinking. Diving overboard is not going to fix anything. The only thing that makes sense is to stay in the boat and bail water. So if you and the church aren't on speaking terms anymore because of the struggle, please climb back up in the boat and start bailing water. We need you. Come home. Maybe you're out because you've had it up to here. Organized religion, hypocrites, the hyper-religious, and the inward-focused, navel-gazing culture of the modern church just turn you off. Well, here we go. The only thing worse than organized religion is disorganized religion. Hypocrites go to Walmart, but we learn to deal with that. Sure, there are hyper-religious people in the church, and when you leave, they win. We can't have that now, can we? And it's true that the church has gotten a reputation for big buildings, big personalities, and big budgets. So why don't you jump into church and help start a grassroots movement that makes Jesus the rock star of the church again? And remember that church isn't a building or an organization. It's the people. We are the church, and we need you. We need you. Please come home. Obviously, I can't speak to every hurt and every concern felt by everyone, but I can say this. We're the church and we love you. We want you. We need you. Please consider forgiving, trying again, just letting go, and coming home. We're the church, and we're not the same without you.